Hey guys, that was fun, wasn't it? Manchester City have just absolutely battered Liverpool. It should have been more than 4 if we're being honest. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Honestly, I needed that. I needed to see Liverpool suffer after everything recently, and we made them do it. It was wonderful. Nearly as wonderful as OneFootball. Actually, just as wonderful, really. But OneFootball is also wonderful. Absolutely fantastic app, and they've been sponsoring my channel for some time now, and they've got a brand spanking gorgeous new look, as you can see by the graphics on screen. So go and do yourself a massive favour. Click the link in the description below and download it, and basically enjoy loads of football goodness and take in all the Manchester City goodness after we just absolutely spanked Liverpool. Go download it in the link in the description below. It's quality, I promise you. Let me get my notes up. That was really good, wasn't it? I didn't expect that, I'll be honest. I didn't expect that at all, but it feels so sweet. It feels so sweet to see City dismantle Liverpool. I know in the grand scheme of things, maybe it doesn't mean anything, but it also means so much at the same time. For me, this was a statement. For me, this was necessary. For me, it showed that this Liverpool team that have been so good this year can also be battered if we actually turn up. There are loads of caveats, admittedly. Liverpool will say that, it doesn't really matter for them, and posts, hangover celebrations, but I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. They're professionals, and City outclassed them tonight when it most mattered, so I'm delighted. In terms of the overview of the game, it was a very interesting kind of start, really. I guess we saw that lineup. It wasn't a lineup I was expecting, but it was 100% a lineup that I personally enjoyed. Ederson in goal, of course, was a given. Mendy and Walker at fullback was, of course, a given once again. Laporte, yep, guaranteed. Eric Garcia, though, alongside him, I did not expect that for 1 second. I mean, it was lightly given Stones is a walking crock these days, unfortunately. Otamendi is a disaster, and Fernandinho was suspended, but I still didn't expect it at all. And fair play to the young lad. It was lovely to see him out there. And then even going forward, Phil Foden got a much-earned and much-deserved start. And did he deliver? Oh, God, he delivered, didn't he? But we'll get on to that a little tasty morsel later. Did I just call Phil Foden a tasty morsel? I'll accept it, because it's true. I still want to marry you, Nicola, don't worry. No, Nicola is a tasty morsel. Anyway, back to the team lineup. We saw the pivot of Gundogan and Rodri alongside Kevin De Bruyne, with Phil Foden kind of drifting in from the right, centrally every now and then, behind Gabriel Jesus with Sterling on the left. And into the first half, we did start pretty kind of nervously, I would say. Liverpool kind of came out with lots of energy. Salah had a big chance early on. There was a pass over Laporte and kind of Garcia, and Ederson kind of caught him between no man's land, but he did save it on the end. Mendy kind of scuffed his control of that, and Firmino thankfully scuffed his shot as well. Liverpool did start well. I can't deny that. Having said that, City did start to show that they could get at Liverpool as well. They were very good going forward when it mattered. Liverpool and City both started pretty sloppily. Lots of intensity, but lots of mistakes. And City clearly showed early on that they were a danger. There was a good moment where De Bruyne broke free. He freed Foden. He had his shot blocked. Then KDB had his shot blocked. There was a slight scare when we thought De Bruyne was injured, but it didn't happen. And a minute later, but thankfully it didn't happen and he was okay. A minute later, Mahrez showed some more threat with a free header. A great Mendy cross followed that, and eventually City started to show a little bit of form. Just before, though, Salah did fire one warning shot, which is probably Liverpool's last big chance of the game. Maybe they had one or two more, but that was their last big moment before City turned the tide. Salah cut inside Garcia and hit the post. After that, he got really nice. It was a great little bit of play from Sterling. He mugged off Joe Gomez, and honestly, oh, that felt really sweet. After all the memes, after all the Gomez beef between Sterling, he mugged him off big time today. He turned him inside out for the penalty win. And Kevin De Bruyne, this man, this beautiful ginger man, honestly, what a... Kevin, you're gorgeous. And he stepped up and put the penalty in. I've been very loving towards our players tonight, but they've earned it. No, I love them all. And Nicola's uncomfortable over there. Kev put the penalty away really well. It's nice to have a penalty taken now, isn't it? Kev scored the penalty. Kev continued to be brilliant. Gabriel Jesus was on the receiving end of a phenomenal De Bruyne pass. He messed it up, but it even got better and better. With a Foden assist, Kevin De Bruyne broke through the middle after some good work from Mendy as well, it had to be said. Foden played through Raz. Raz turned inside and fired it past Alisson. Once again, Raz turning Joe Gomez, which was absolutely sweet and deserving of a he kind of chameleon gift on Twitter if you follow me. There's a lizard gift where it laughs, and I was just enjoying the schadenfreude of Gomez failing. And then the best thing of the game, in my entire opinion, was a goal that reminded me of a Michael Johnson goal against Derby many years ago. Michael Johnson, when he linked up with Alano, and this time it was like that version on steroids. It was Kevin De Bruyne linking up with Phil Foden. A beautiful, genuinely beautiful 1-2. And on his weak foot against a world-class goalkeeper, Foden, with a goal that he instigated, finished absolutely sublimely. What a half of football. And I want to find this quote from a friend of mine, Dan Burke, who writes for Oh, it's for One Football as well, actually. Fuzzball Dan on Twitter, he said, Liverpool 3-0 down at half-time despite playing well for the most part. Now they know what it's like to play themselves at Anfield, and that absolutely nailed the feeling. Second half, it was more of the same. Basically, City had a few chances. Probably should have scored a few goals, but we did get the goal eventually. Before their fourth goal, Sterling kept running at the defence constantly. Gabriel Jesus had a chance at the keeper. Foden had another great run, cutting through the middle. Genuinely kept playing brilliantly. And eventually we got the fourth goal. It was an own goal, unfortunately. De Bruyne once again denied an assist. But great football once again. Sterling's shot was going wide. And then after that, we kind of saw it out with a few changes. Nothing of note, really, other than last-minute goal disallowed for handball, which I'm sorry is absolutely farcical. What has football become? You will turn around and say, well, it's not VAR's fault. But I'm sorry, that kind of micromanagement and just horrible kind of finickiness is a direct result of VAR and this kind of ultra micromanagement of the game, and it absolutely sucks and it's horrible, and it's the same with offsides in the West Ham game the other day. It's disgusting and we are ruining the game with this nonsense, but still, we battered Liverpool. Individually, Ederson, totally fine. Mendy, really good. I'm sorry, Mendy was very, very good. He had that one miscontrol early on, but he was confident, he was strong defensively, he was nipping in, he bullied Salah, in my humble opinion, every time he went near the ball. He put in a great cross. He linked up really well with the midfielders. Salah didn't get a look in, and that's other than that one chance he had against the post, and that was down to Mendy, in my humble opinion, on that side. Mendy was solid. Put some respect on the guy's name. I know he can be inconsistent, but still 2 years out, and he can be that good. Mendy was very good tonight, and I'm very, very happy for him. Trust in him, honestly. Give him time. It takes a long time for a player after 2 years of injury to get that muscle memory back, and then 3 months out again. Unforced because of the pandemic. Mendy has a quality there. It's quite clear to see, in my humble opinion. Walker solid. Laporte pretty good, not great. I thought, if I'm being honest, Laporte and Garcia I thought did start pretty sloppily. I did want them to do really well, but they were a little bit all over the show at the start, like the defence was in general, really. But they did kind of settle into it. Garcia was a little bit all over the place with Mane at times, but he did settle into it and he did improve. And once again, it has to be said, he is only young, so he does kind of get a pass for there. But he was largely fine, you know. I don't think he was great. Some people will be tempted to say he was great, but he was okay, and that's okay. That's all right against probably one of the best forward lines in world football, given his age, given his lack of football. He was good, and that's okay, and that's perfectly acceptable. Into midfield, I don't think Rodri and Gundogan were that great. Rodri probably slightly the better of the two. I always feel like Gundogan struggles a little bit against Liverpool's intensity in midfield, and I felt that was the same today. They weren't terrible, but they didn't really control the game, but they didn't really have to because the people in front of him were absolutely excellent. Other than Gabriel Jesus, sorry Gabby, didn't really come off you today, but other than him, I think the other three were absolutely fantastic and won the game for us. Sterling finally had the kind of game we've been hoping for some time. He was absolutely brilliant against Liverpool. He got a goal. We shouldn't have been an assist. He won the penalty. He should have had a second one. He forced, obviously, the own goal. Loads of dangerous runs as well, which I loved. He was turning at plays. He was running at them centrally as well. I love it when Sterling does that and links up. And we saw the Sterling evolve. And recently, there's been some encouraging signs that this guy is starting to find his form again. And that is great news for us, especially towards the business end of the season, other cup competitions. Foden, what more can be said? Let's talk about this tasty morsel again I mentioned earlier. What more can be said about Phil Foden? Honestly, the kid is special. He's a world-class talent potentially, and I've been banging his drum for years, and I'm sorry, I was so right, and I love saying I was right, and it feels really good. He's a special talent who's just shown once again now against one of the best teams in the world just how good he can be. He has goals, he's assists, he's driving runs, and he's strong now, and he's confident, and he belongs. To be on a pitch full of world-class players, and I know you want to be salty towards Liverpool, and I'm tempted to be, but don't be. They are full of world-class players, as are Manchester City, and still stand out. Probably be the second best player on the pitch after Kevin De Bruyne. That is absolutely sensational. He was so good tonight. Another goal. Should have had assist as well for Sterling in the second Mahrez's second goal. Not Mahrez's second goal. Mahrez's goal that was disallowed. He got an assist as well for Sterling. Foden is just a real deal. What a player. Phenomenal. He's going to be one of our best ever. I honestly believe that. De Bruyne, once again, the best player probably on the planet after Messi. Seriously. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. He was by far the best player on that pitch tonight, in my humble opinion. It was Kevin De Bruyne up there with a 10, probably 9.5, 10, and then Foden with an 8.5 or something like that. De Bruyne, just sensational, a cut above and easily the best player in the Premier League. Easily. I'm sorry, Mane is great, Van Dijk is great, Sterling was great tonight, all those players are great, but Kevin De Bruyne, What a man, what a man. And likewise, I said earlier, Sterling playing back into form, absolutely love him loads. Overall, that was fun. I'm sorry, it's tempting to go, Liverpool, we know they were tired, it didn't really matter, but it was a week ago they won the league, and they are professionals, and this game would have meant something to them, hence the strength of their lineup. They didn't turn up and start really badly, they turned up with lots of pressure, and I'm sorry, they've seen now what it's like when they haven't got that crowd behind him. City were fantastic tonight. They utterly deserve this victory. And to me, that is a shot across the brow of Liverpool for next season. We have shown that we still can get at them and score goals at this very, very impressive defence. And we tore them to pieces tonight. It doesn't mean anything, but it means everything at the same time. I'm delighted. I'm really happy. I enjoyed that. City battered Liverpool. It means nothing. But honestly, I'm delighted, so it must mean something deep down. I really enjoyed that game, and hopefully we'll see more of that. And seeing the players come into form, De Bruyne, Sterling, Foden, keep them on the pitch together at all times. I love that. Guys, delighted. Let me know what you think. Download One Football. I've recorded this on a slightly new mic. Fingers crossed it sounds all right. I love you all loads. Subscribe. Go and wind up someone if you want to, a Liverpool fan, because it's fun. Why not? And let me know what you thought of the game down in the comments below. See you tomorrow.